Hey up everybody, I can't believe it's January already, but well it is. And that's a year done and dusted. But I have to admit that at least the MetaQuest Plus has shown progression, as we didn't have the catalogue this time last year. And I'd say compared to this time last year, it's definitely worth jumping aboard with the MetaQuest Plus with all its offerings now. And if you got a MetaQuest this year for Christmas, or indeed you've had one for a while and into survival horror games, then at some point in this video I'm going to be giving away a free copy of By Grit Alone, which is a fantastic game by the way, and surely that's got to be worth a sub. And I'm guessing quite a few of you might have actually got a MetaQuest 3 or 3S for Christmas. I'm going to go through the Plus and explain exactly what it is, because some of you may have actually got it free with your actual console. So first up, each month they normally give you some subscriber deals, such as this month you can get 25% off Just Dance, which is the one that's just come out, and also you can get demos just like Blade and Sorcery, which you can play for up to 2 hours from January the 16th to January the 27th. Do not ask me why. And I'll also say that they'll also probably give you a 30% off a game of your choice somewhere within the month as well. Next up we have a catalogue of games which you didn't have this time last year, and basically these games are the full-fledged games. You can play them from start to end, but I will say that some of them stay longer on these or in this catalogue than others, so one can come on one month and then go off the next month, so you have to be kind of like quick to completing some of them if you're really into them. Some of these games have been in the catalogue since pretty well the beginning, and some have actually been swapped out for other games. The new games this month are going to be, this one's more of a relaxation adventure game where you basically can kind of do what you want in as little time as you want. It almost kind of reminds me of a VR Animal Crossing, but I could be wrong there. You can go around adventuring, or you can just sit back and relax and watch the world go by, befriend different creatures, upgrade your house, or even go fishing with some friends. The next edition is Premium Bowling, which, as you can imagine, is a bowling game. And it's got to be a half decent one, because it's got a 4.4 out of 5 rating. Oh, and the Garden one has 4.6, just in case you wondered. By all appearance, Premium Bowling is one of the most authentic bowling VR games there is, and it's even multiplayer. That actually interests me. But not as much as Carve Snowboarding. And this one's got a 4 out of 5 rating, and I love snowboarding or skiing games. They're just so much fun in VR. This one's got collectibles along the way, and there's also online leaderboards that you can compete with your friends with. And speaking of multiplayer, that brings us on to Cookout, which is a really frantic looking cooking simulator type thing that kind of really reminds me of Overcooked. This is also wonderful players and something about battling customers that are getting irate. Oh, and if you want to actually play it single player, you can. There is a solo campaign which is good for people like me that has no friends, and you can also customize your characters. Although one thing you don't need to customize is the subscribe button. Go and hit it, you might feel better. And you'll also have my thanks. And that nicely brings us to our 2 games of the month. And each month you get 2 games, which basically, as long as you have the subscription, they're yours to play at your leisure. And the first one this month is Real VR Fishing, and I can see people groaning already, but don't pass these by, because I've played fishing games before in VR and it's just a whole different ball game. Let's fish for a start. And this one's got a 4.6 out of 5 rating, so it means it's one of the better ones, because there are some really bad ones. You can play solo or up to 4-player multiplayer, which I can only imagine would be very exciting. You get to traverse different types of areas and locations, and there's about 150 different species in this game, and even more if you want to take up the mantle and get the DLC with it. And you can even level up and customize your characters. Always a nice thing about these games, the devs keep updating it. And from fishing, let's head over to Dragonfish, some martial arts and kung fu. I've played this one, it has a 4.7 rating and it is well deserved. I've reviewed this game, I'll leave a link somewhere on here at the end of the video, maybe here. And this game pretty well covers everything. You can train, you get to fight different kind of variations of well-known characters if you like, and it is so intuitive it actually feels like you're doing the actual action yourself. Of course, you could stand in a mirror and pose and pretend you're the actual character as well. Honestly, Gavna, I didn't do that myself. At this stage, I'm not 100% sure what's come off, but I will leave them games in the comments if anything at all. So please subscribe so that you be kept up to date with that. So I would say, just before we get to the By Grit Alone giveaway, that this month has definitely been better than December, and I would have thought it'd be the other way around, but it's not been. But I'm glad that they have redeemed themselves, and I'm quite pleased with this month's offerings, and I'm going to start rating the months. So this month I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I am quite happy with what they've given us, as there is plenty there for everyone. Right, so anyone that does not own a copy of By Grit Alone, hopefully one of you soon will be. So I need you to go into my Discord, link is down below. I'm really sorry, this is the fairest way I've found of doing these giveaways. But the first one to jump into general chat and say Happy New Year everybody, and thank you, I will take a By Grit Alone key. And heck, it's a new year. The first 2 people to jump in and say that in the general comments section will be nabbing yourselves a free key of By Grit Alone. Subscribe! See ya!